Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Fang. Just Fang. Fang will never finish this video. And today, we are going to be doing an updated version of the gear guide. Now, I think it was like a year or two ago when I made a gear guide video. But a lot has happened since then. We got all the Sinbads, plus Tartarus. So I thought I'd do a complete gear guide for every single level. Most levels, there isn't going to be really anything specific. Towards the end, there'll be more specifics on what gear you should be getting, because really throughout the entire game, you just should be getting Bazaar gear, which is just in the Bazaar, which let me show you where that is real quick before I do anything. But we do have something for level 5, and, you know, we have free to play, and, you know, literally everything. This is going to be pretty in-depth, especially when it gets to the later end of the gear. Of what you want to go for and whatnot, because I've done a little bit of grinding, not a ton, but you know, or farming I should say. So the Bazaar's right here. This is where you probably want to go for most of your stuff. And what I do, I hit usable, then I click this twice so it's the highest level, and then I click this once so it's your class. And then what I like to do is usually either health or weapon power, and then I guess unless you're Witch Doctor, that's a little bit different. Health or weapon power, and then that's actually the wrong one. It'd be like this. You'd want Will for Privateer and Witch Doctor, Agility for Musketeer and Swashbuckler, and then Strength for Buccaneer. Just Buccaneer. I was gonna say another one. There's not another one. So the reason why is because it bases off your crit. It makes you crit more, and it shows more damage. You see, whatever your weapon says, bonus from whatever. So you're gonna crit on, and you get more damage. Like right here, it says Will bonus. I get 53 more damage because it's based on Will. So I can help you out a lot with that gear. So that's levels, literally level, technically level 0 to level 64 is gonna be. There are actually a few things, like I have a few random ones, which I'm going to go actually onto the website, like the Wikipedia page, to look more specifically at. But most of them are just going to be Bazaar gear. I'm going to show you the free-to-play one real quick. You can do Thin Dorsal if you're really bored. He drops a cool little eye patch. I don't actually have it on this character, but it's very cool. The free thing is going to be this. The Aztecosaur rig, and you want to go for whatever you think your playstyle is going to be. If you're Witch Doctor, I'd definitely go Mojo Mastery, or Increase Base Will works. Whatever increases, it works. Increase Agility works. Critical Mastery can also be good if you want to crit, and then whatever power you really want. Usually I just go for a heal, it's the best option, or you can go for a Sniper Shot, which would work too. Not actually 100% sure if there's any more. Like there's Mighty Charge, and I think there's Backstab as well. It's really just preference, but I would get one of these and keep it for the entire game. Like I have this on my max until I'm going to find something slightly better. This is staying on my max. The other two ones that are, these aren't free to play. These are up until level 10. I would get these because you play it through like the first little part. This is like pretty early game. Is going to be the, is it Agate, Charm? This is you get from the Dutchman. Same idea with that. Go for whatever build you want to go. You can mix and match. Just kind of play around with it. Since I have so many different pirates, I've run it through quite a bit of times. I kind of got to pick and choose, but just play around with it. See what works best for you. And then you also get the Shrimpy necklace. I guess not all of it's called Agate, is it? It's whatever one is. Yeah, Dutchman's Charm, sorry. And then yep, the Shrimpy necklace, that's the same story. It looks like you can also get Weapon Mastery, which is also useful. Again, just whatever your playstyle is. So now specifically, we're going to actually go onto the internet. I know, we're going to go on the internet. We're not going to be in Pirate101 anymore. And we're actually going to check out what each different power, or each different piece of gear that I recommend throughout your entire playthrough. I only have 2 pieces of gear that are mid-level, and then the rest is late game. So it is good to know for late game, and you should check out what the gear is for mid-level as well. Also, I don't know why this says upgrade now. Like, watch me go to Tartarus. It's definitely bugged. I have membership. I'm a pirate tuber. I kind of need to. So yeah, I swear I have membership. But let's get straight on to the the online part, and that's gonna get you a lot more details on what good powers are to farm for and everything. So let's get straight into that. Alrighty, so we have lots of tabs open. I don't even know if you can see it. I'm probably cropped in. With everything. So first is going to be Senarena's hat. This is in either Castillo Sapo or what's his face? El Toro, his like fake identity, his room. That's probably the dungeon I'd recommend, because that one you just go in his room and then you can exit and you can go in and you can exit. And Santo Pollo is kind of Castillo Sapo is kind of long, so I recommend that. Took me quite a while to get this, but I've had people get it on their first try. Cough, cough, Cowardly Kevin. Reason why this one's so good, I still use it on my Musketeer. It gives you Overwatch. Not gonna go too much into each, depth of each epic, but Overwatch is really good because it's gonna make a bonus attack when an enemy gets in to your range. And Overwatch 5 is really great because it has knockback. So whenever an enemy comes to your range, you can get it back. You can push them back. So look, they also get minus accuracy. And a bonus knockback ranged attack, so it's very nice. So to get up to 5, I think this is required, unless a pet maybe can work too, but this is a really important item, and that level 20 for a Musketeer, that is so good, so make sure to grind that if you're a Musketeer. Now next is going to be Captain Blood's jacket. There is also Obsidian Blood's jacket. We'll get to Obsidian Key Bosses later. This one's another mid one. This is level 35 in Miranda. Obviously that's where you fight Captain Blood. And that's at the end of Cool Ranch. And Blood Flames, it did get nerfed. Blood Flames now does, I think it's 2 times. Yep, 2 times your magic damage, but your magic damage with Scratch Buff is still going to be super good. It used to be 4 times, by the way, if you didn't know that. So it's still going to be super good, and I'm pretty, they're the same powers. So I think Captain Blood's Obsidian Jacket, the reason you'd get this is just because it gives you more magic resist and strength and stuff. Let me compare that to... Yeah, it's just better, but you can definitely grind for Captain Blood and Miranda. Miranda is kind of long. If you want a whale, you can definitely do that with the chest, because it is worth it. Even though it got nerfed, it's still really great with scratch buffs. So if you have Witch Doctor, or even if you use it on your Privateer, or even like if you use it on your Musketeer with a scratch buff for bombs, I would get this because it's a really great item. I wish I had it. I don't have it. Definitely on my wish list, so... Level 35, that's really dang good if you can get on your first run. Lucky you. I've spent, I think, 50,000 crowns collectively trying to get this thing, and I have not, but, that's how the world works. By the way, all these drop rates are actually abysmal until you get to Sinbad, or maybe, because I know I know Tartarus's drops are a lot better. Sinbad Pt.3's is pretty good too. But these are like old drop rates for Pirate101, and they're so bad. I'm glad they made it better, but, this is going to be a rough re-up. So next we move all the way to level 65. So that's going to be everything. Literally just get Bazaar gear and you should be perfectly fine. You should breeze through the game. And if you're at level 65 and you're feeling a little underpowered, that's where we got the Tower of Moo Manchu. Now, I'm sure there's a million guides out there how to start the quest for the Tower of Moo Manchu, so I'm not going to get into that specifically. Just search that up, you'll go through that quest line, and then you'll, go through the dungeon. So we're going to take a look at everything offered. It's definitely dated. It's not going to be the best gear that you can get, and in 5 more levels you can get way better gear. But we're going to still take a look at it. We're going to look at Swashbuckler first. This is always good to have. Assassin Strike is always a good power to have. But I personally like to do like talents, like epics, in mine instead of powers, because I think it's more mechanically better. Assassin's Gloom is pretty useless, at least from what I've done. I'm sure PvP is a completely different story. This is PvE, by the way. I want to preface that. I guess I didn't preface it. It's been 9 minutes, but this is PvE. Again, Assassin Strike is always going to be really good for you, but not the best thing in the world. Another Assassin Strike. So it looks like it's just a mixture of Assassin Strike, Assassin's Gloom, and Walk in Darkness. Really not that great of stuff, but having more Assassin Strike is always great, so you can just hit really hard and have some of that that poison damage. So definitely good if you want it. It looks like there isn't any weapon for this, so if you're a Swash, I'd probably pass on this. Just my judgment, but run Moo Manchu once to just get the feel of it, because you might want to grind it later. And it gives you a cool badge, the Nefarious 6th, I think? 7th? I don't remember. It gives you cool eyes. Next is Privateer. Now, I think, let's see what so it looks like it's the combination between the big guns and Valor's Fortress and Revive. As Privateer, how I play it is I spam Battle Zeal and critical up and, you know, all the accuracy and stuff. So this isn't useful to me. If you use like spell power stuff and you use the big guns a lot, go for it and get this thing. I would recommend skipping it. Again, I'm gonna say this a million times. Moo Manchu is very dated gear, but it can work for you. If it works for you, it works for you. I'm sure there's probably like a bunch of like niche gear that you can get specifically. But at this point, Tartarus is just better than that. But if you know anything that's like really, really good and you're really, really insightful, please put a comment below. I'd love to hear from you and even see if I can change my build or something. But this is like this is what you want to do, the easiest farming guide. So let's just get into it. So Super Strike, Vicious Charge, and Leviathan's Call. Buccaneer I haven't played too much recently. Vicious Charge is always good to have. I think Super Strike is just there so you can get a crit prompt so you can do Blade Storm, which might be pretty good. So if you want that, this is really situational. I wish I had more insight on, or like more of an opinion on Moo Manchu, but once we get towards the later end, I have my opinions on that. This is going to be honestly all of these. It's just going to be your opinion if you want to grind for it or not. Again, there's so much better stuff down the line, so I would say no. This one I would say Musketeer, because Hail of Cannonballs is really good if you get scratch buff and whatnot. That's like my favorite strat with Musketeer. So I wouldn't go for like the boots or anything, but Hail of Cannonballs can be pretty useful. I think I still have the boots on my, or no, it's the outfit still on my Musketeer, and I use it. That one's probably one of the better Moo Manchu gear. Next is going to be Witch Doctor. Now I play Witch. Mojo Storm, I'm pretty sure that's actually the weakest one. That kind of sucks. I play Witch where I just scratch buff like crazy and then just hit with the most, I think, is it Mojo Storm? I don't know, I think it's Mojo Blast. So I hit with the strongest thing, and I have like a bunch of, I think I have like Readied Spell 2 and Overwatch 2 and Burst Fire 2 and Mojo Rising 2, and like a bunch of stuff where I just chain when I hit and when someone comes close to me. So I don't play Witch Doctor like a normal Witch Doctor. I play it kind of like a Musketeer, which is funny. So this isn't for me. Again, if you just hit with Morse Song, I'm sure you're pretty good in Mojo Storm. This is all up to your own opinion. I think this gear is not as good as the gear that I have on my Witch Doctor, which is Tartarus gear. So I will show that because that is way better. But grind it if you want. It looks like this is going to be just the universal, so kind of useless. I don't think anything is too good here. Yeah, I'm looking at the powers now. I don't. So this looks like it's Moo Manchu's gear. So Infernal Wave. Pretty sure this is the one that damages the entire team. That used to. I think this was pretty meta because you could hit from. Well, it's team based, so yeah, infinite range. I think this used to be really good. I don't know if it's still good, but that could be a thing to go for. This one I've never seen anyone ever use in my life. No, it's this one. Frozen Tide is what they use. The freeze. Because it freezes them for one turn. You basically get a free turn. I've heard people use it on Kane is pretty good. So Imperial Boots and Moo Manchu, not the Imperial Hat. So definitely that. Staff of Power. That doesn't. I mean, the increased base agility for Stabby, I guess. I wouldn't really see a reason to use it, but yeah. So let's see. And this looks like it's for, is this like a Privateer one? Yeah, so this one gives increased base will and Dress the Line. I've never used Dress the Line on my Privateer, so I don't think that's very useful. Looks like this is Witch Doctor. This one is actually not bad. I know there is, I'm pretty sure in Sinbad Pt.3 there's a way better Witch Doctor one. But this could be something that you could get. It's not actually that bad. The range is kind of mid for a Witch Doctor. You usually want to go for range, but it's not too bad. This one, I mean, you could go for Relentless Ride. I've never really used it. I've never used any of these like gain epics, but that could be useful to give Relentless to some of your characters to get, if like from Relentless 4 to Relentless 5 or something would probably be useful. I'm not actually too sure about Buccaneer too much because that was the first class I ever played, so I'm not really meta into it right now. Questing Goofy George right now. Increased base strength, of course, and then it looks like the last one, I never used Suppression Fire, and then increased base agility. It looks alright. Overall, Moo Manchu is kind of dated, and there's way better options out there, but it wouldn't be bad to grind for the boots, because they're pretty decent, the Imperial boots for that Frozen Tide. So next is going to be Kane gear. I grinded Kane for a little bit, but then I realized right when Tartarus came out that it's just worth grinding Tartarus. This is another level 71, or you could get there before level 70. That's why I put it before all the level 70 stuff, like Obsidian bosses. I would say do this a few times at least like 10 times. Just see what you get, mix and match. The gear can be pretty good. I rocked it on my Musketeer for a long time, back when Tartarus wasn't a thing. Theme of the video, Tartarus is like the best world, or the best to farm for most classes. And then also wailing on the new packs is probably the best, like the Troggy one and the Dragonspire one, or like their powers are leagues beyond everything, which sucks, but you know, you can get free to play, or not free to play, but you know, membership to play, not spending crowns with Tartarus. Let's look at this. Kane's Mask, always a solid option. It doesn't really provide anything, but it kind of provides everything. You're gonna get crit on less, and you're gonna crit more. I don't know how much that actually affects it. And then this is really bad quality image. Sorry about that, guys. And then obviously an escape. So it looks like actually this is castle with an ally. So that's the castle mechanic, which I think is like the that one mechanic with Swashbuckler when you are next to someone. Either they hit. I don't actually know the castle mechanic off the top of my head. But I think it's something to do with, like, when they hit your team, you get hit, or it's the other way around. I don't remember. Sorry about that. But this could be something good. I don't really recommend it for any class specifically. The Stitch looks really cool. So if you're looking for, like, vanity, Kane's Mask is very nice. This is useless. Blah. Purge Magic has never been useful. He drops some mounts, which is very, very nice. So that's another reason you should go for Kane. He drops all the Clockwork Steeds, which is very cool. Pets, I wouldn't worry about. I don't do pets, so I don't know. This one is definitely made for the Buccaneer hat. It's definitely made for PvP. They're reducing armor and movement by 50%. This is definitely PvP oriented. So if you're doing PvE, I see no reason to do that. But you know, to each their own. Again, this one as well. And it looks like, yeah, all these are gonna be PvP. Because I don't think I've ever used Triton's Chorus on PvE. So if you're doing PvP, I would definitely recommend that. Looks like there's no totems. There's a charm. Again, that's just kind of generic. And no Buccaneer rings. So the hats for Musketeer. This is pretty good. Now, not the best. I would get always like one quick adjust, just so you don't miss one of those chaining opportunities. True Grit can be pretty good as well. I wouldn't recommend doing all of it. I guess this is just a hat. So I think the one that I have is this one, which is pretty good. It gives quick adjust. And then it looks like there's only this, which gives quick adjust as well. So maybe you could combo, I don't know, True Grit, increase base agility, and then quick adjust. Or you can get 2 quick adjusts. You can hit that 3 times. Really a preference. I mean, I'd hope as a Musketeer, your accuracy wouldn't be too bad. But having that quick adjust is always helpful, just in case you miss one of your chaining opportunities. I wouldn't go for any of these hats. I just use the outfit. But I'm sure there's going to be better stuff in Tartarus. I'm just going to keep saying this. But this is an option. If you're not in Tartarus yet, because I know some people aren't, make sure to do that because it's worth it. Again, this is going to give you quick adjust and True Grit, quick adjust and True Grit, and True Grit and quick adjust again, and then I don't know why this is labeled like this. Is from the wiki, actually. They got a screenshot from the wiki. So it basically looks like it all just gives the exact same thing, which is quick adjust, base agility, and True Grit. Kind of like a theme with the Mushu ones. It just cycles through 3 powers. This one is better than the Buccaneer one for PvE, I should say. But yeah, so it looks like for the Privateer one, First Mate's Boon is this is the equip right here. It's one of these two that I have for my Privateer, Stormy Sam. But I use it as a Stitch because I think I have a better one from, it might be Tartarus again. I'm sorry, I keep saying Tartarus, but like I think it is. But First Mate's Boon can be really good, because as a privateer, usually you don't hit. I mean, don't quote me on that. Carly Kevin's privateer hits all the time, but mine doesn't. Just buffs, so you can go on your best your best companion, just buff it like crazy, and then you'll lose some spell power or weapon power, which is fine. Hold the line is always good to have. I think once you get hold the line 3, you start doing negative accuracy on the people coming in, so then you won't get hit as often, which is always good. Looks like there's a lot of them. It all just switches between them. I assume these are all just going to switch. Yep. So these are pretty good. I would say the privateer is probably one, because I know Tartarus's privateer gear is kind of doo-doo. So I would say Kane is pretty good to have for privateer. I'm sure there's some different setups that you can do as well. But I like First Mate's Boon, and Hold the Line is always great to have. So privateer, actually pretty good for Kane, I'm going to be honest. So Swashbuckler, this looks like it cycles between Assassin's Stride, so kind of like the Witch Doctor move where you teleport to an open square. Increased base agility, increased base dodge. Again, I really like to go for epics, but these aren't epics, so I'm like, it's really, if you want a lot of this, you can go all for increased base dodge and then hopefully get that repost 3 every single time. But it just seems situational and not really as effective as like getting up. Like, I don't have any end game like loot for my my Swashbuckler, because my Swashbuckler, oh no, that's my Witch Doctor. My Swashbuckler just finished Kane, so they're max, but you know, I haven't gone through that grinding yet. So I don't know exactly what's good, but I would assume you'd probably want to go for, I don't know, if you can somehow get Blade Storm on it. I don't know, repost 4 might be good. I know First Strike 4 or 5 reveals hidden enemies. That's pretty good as well. But this could be good. Not 100% sure. I don't know. It matters how much it increases both of them. If it does it for a significant amount and you can get like rank 5 or 6, it might be pretty good where you like stack them. But don't call me on that. So Witch Doctors, looks like they get, this is total doo-doo. Don't do this. Do not grind. Why did they do this? Why did they give us this? Do not grind Kane if you're a Witch Doctor, except for the mounts and, you know, the vanity. Widow's Touch, I don't think I've ever used in my life. Like, and I have never used Heat Metal. Useless. Doo-doo. Don't use them, please. So that's what we've learned today. If you're a Witch Doctor, don't grind Kane, okay? Please. Anyways, we're gonna get to the Obsidian bosses. If you didn't know, they're in Scrimshaw. There's a little Obsidian door. You've probably been getting a bunch of Obsidian keys throughout your playthrough. So let's check it out. So first we got Old Scratch. Old Scratch usually I just do for the promo, but I don't see a way this would be good. I don't think there's a reason you'd ever want this many, and I never use this spell. I use AoEs usually. And it looks like, yeah, there's not really anything for Old Scratch. Old Scratch, just purely do it for the companion promotion, unless you really want it. Yeah. So this is just infinitely better as well. English Bill gives one that does a 3x3 area of it. Granted, I think it does. No, it does the same amount. So I don't know why you wouldn't just get this. Again, I don't even recommend this. This isn't useful to anyone, I feel like. It looks cool on a gear set, and I'm sure English Bill's Obsidian hat looks awesome. I actually have English Bill's hat, so I'm pretty sure it does look pretty cool. But I don't see a reason you'd ever need to use this. Again, I go for epics. I don't think that the powers are that useful, especially with this. I use like Mojo Storm, or don't quote me on whatever the best one is. I don't remember, but you know, it's not useful. This could be good. Quick Draw, True Grit, to, you know, proc that the chaining ability. I personally like to go for Burst Fire, Overwatch, and Double Tap. But if you have a different setup with True Grit and Quick Draw, this could be a really good way to get that True Grit up and get another rank of Quick Draw. So not a bad option at all. The boots, useless. I wouldn't use them. This is such an interesting weapon, okay? 3 ranks of Burst Fire. But that damage is not it. It's like a disguised weapon. You got 3 things of Burst Fire, but that damage is doo-doo. I don't know if there's a setup in the entire world that will work with that. I usually use the Orb of Nefarious Death, which gives double tap, and then use it with a like readied spell and all that stuff to get, like, because it's staffy and shooty. This could be great. I don't actually know, but it looks great with that 3 burst fire, but it only does 80 damage, which is so low. Like, so low. I think you can get that in, like, Cool Ranch, probably, or even earlier than that. That is so low. So, no. I don't... Yeah. As of now, we are not certain if this damage value is a glitch. It might have even been patched. I don't know, but from right now, from what I'm using, the Final Bastion, that's really low, so no. Next is Captain Blood. The only thing you'd ever want to go for this, or Obsidian Captain Blood, sorry, is Captain Blood's robe, Captain Blood's jacket. Again, this just gives you better stats, and I think it's probably easier at max level just because you can real quick do a fight instead of the entire dungeon. His boots, useless. His hat, useless. His weapon, interesting. I don't know why. The annoying thing is it's based on will, probably because it's slashy. And Repel Borders wouldn't be good for Swashbuckler anyways. I was thinking maybe the Repost would be good, but I wouldn't use this. I don't see a... Maybe there's a setup that would be useful, but I don't see it. And then this one's just nothing. So these are absolutely nothing. Count Brastilio de Brass is only for script, usually. Script. I said script. So yeah, those are the Obsidian fights. Most of these are for a different reason. You normally wouldn't get it. I'd say if this wasn't glitched like that, probably get it, but I don't know. So next is going to be Sinbad Pt.1. Now, do Sinbad Pt.1 to complete it. Don't farm Sinbad Pt.1. The gear, goofy. I don't care if it gives Expire de Corpse. It could be really good if you like want to set it up some way. If you have a setup where Expire de Corpse is the best thing that you can have on your weapon slot, go for it. Then grind it. Be my guest. I think the drop rates aren't too bad. I haven't gotten it yet because I've only done it once, or actually twice, because I have 2 characters that are through Tartarus. It does look pretty cool, like the slashy one and probably the smashy one. No, the slashy one's the only one that looks cool, and that's just basically ported from Wiz. But if that works for you, then do it. But I think there are far better weapons. Just do a little bit of research of like what epic you are missing, and then see if a weapon gives you it. Like the Orb of Nefarious Death, unfortunately, is Crown Chop. So is Craven Blade. That gives Blade Storm or Double Tap and Blade Storm respectively. You might have to whale on a pack, unfortunately, or you can just get this weapon. It's not a bad option. It just matters what your playstyle is. That is all that Sinbad Pt.1 gives. Remember, that was like right after the drought, so we finally got an update, and they just had one little thing to make. So let's get on to Part 2, which is actually my favorite part. Not because of its story, but because of its gear. It's pretty dang busted. Now, let's look at this. So there's rings, necklaces, and trinkets. They don't drop any like gear because they didn't probably want to do any assets, but they're pretty good. So you basically, for Sinbad Pt.2, what you want to do is you want to grind the first 3 floors, or maybe 4. I think it's 3. The first 3 floors, because each floor has the same exact rate of dropping copper, silver, and gold. So you just want to do the first 3 floors because they're the easiest. Then back out and then go back in, and it's super easy to grind. And you get 1 every time, usually copper, but like the dopamine rush of getting something at least is just great. So Sinbad's Copper Ring, no, I wouldn't use that. This one could be good if you're trying to build something with Hold the Line. By the way, all these are for all classes, which is very nice. Thank you. So you can build it however you want. This one's just a direct upgrade. Gold's always going to be the best. I wouldn't use this, though. I'd actually probably prefer the silver because I don't like flooding my thing with powers. But something to see. An amulet. Backstab. Not as good as Assassin Strike, so I wouldn't pack that. Because I just want to hit with Assassin Strike, especially with Swashbuckler. Flanking, kind of useless overall. If you find a flanking setup, that could be really good. Maybe like a Buccaneer that like flanks on purpose and then gets hit, and you know, Vengeance Strikes and all that. That could be very useful if that's in your kit. Totems. Looks like there's only Mojo Blade. I don't really use Mojo Blade. I know some people do, but I feel like one's enough per battle. You're not going to use it more than once. So really just, I think the ring is probably the best for that. This is where it starts getting pretty good. The stripes. So this is kind of useless. Maybe you can charge as a swash. it might work, but I'd rather Assassin Strike because I think it does more direct damage. I guess this movement's pretty nice, but I feel like you get quite a bit of movement for Swashbuckler, so it's really preference. Sniper Shot is always good to have on a Musketeer. The more sniper shots, the merrier, as I say. So you can just get that guaranteed super hits, then you can do that double tap, and then you can do burst fire, and then you can get crit again, and then you can do double tap, and it's a great time. Musketeer's a great time, so very nice to have that. Especially for an eye patch slot, which usually doesn't give you really anything. Very nice. Heroic Stripes, this is super good. You always want like an absorb thing. Now the 50% is okay, but I like the absorb because it bases off your magic. So if you scratch buff, then you can get like a 4,000 absorb, and it's just so much better than a heal. It's great. This would be very useful, and again, this is only in your eye patch slots, so it's definitely worth it. Next is Bold. This one's pretty good as well. Second Chance is always good to have, just like, whatchamacallit? Oh shoot. What's the Quick Adjust? Nope. My alarm just went off to make this video. If you're still watching, that's my alarm to say thank you for watching first off, because I'm yapping, but I'm also useful yapping. But I want you to comment, Second Chance praying emoji, you know, for no reason, but you know, just to know that you're here, and I'll give your comment a nice heart and a little reply. And my brother just came in my room while I'm recording a YouTube video. Can you close the door, please? Thank you. All right, that's our Just Fang intermission. Sorry, guys. But yeah, Second Chance can be really good. It's just like Quick Adjust, where you just want to proctor that or prompt that hit again, just to get that chanting ability, just in case you miss. I don't think Second Chance counts for Reckless Frenzy, but it is good just to hit again, you know, why not? So I would say Second Chance, again, that's a slot that you don't even use. Definitely do that. Pretty good. These I don't care for, the weapons. Super Strike is always good, but I think there are better weapons out there. But if you don't have a better weapon, go for it. Not bad. I'm pretty sure I missed the Tower of Moo's weapon. I don't know where it is, though. That's the problem. Is it really just the Staff of Power? I know they have a different... Yeah, did I skip this? I did. Okay. I'm going to put a timestamp right now, because I missed some weapons in Moo Manchu. So if you're back from that Moo Manchu thing, welcome back. If you're still watching, you're gonna real quick see this, and we're just gonna run through it real quick. So Nefarious Knives, flanking, probably not the best for Swashbuckler, because you don't really want to get unsnaked by accidentally. I've done that before on Swashbuckler with flanking, but not a bad choice with that armor penetration. I'm sure there's better options at level 70, but for that, it's pretty good. This Buccaneer one I used on my Buccaneer. I still think I use it on my Buccaneer. I do love an extra rank of Turn the Tide, and the burn is pretty nice too. I mean, besides Craven Blade, which gives you Blade Storm, which is Crown Shop, this is pretty good, so I would say pretty good. What the? Oh, this gives everything. Man, I skipped the Nefarious 6. How'd I do that? Let's real quick do this while I cover this. So, Death's Bargain, I've never used it. Never really seen anyone use it, but it could be interesting. Not even gonna lie. That looks like that's their only drop. So next one, this is like the most random thing, kind of like Kane's thing, which if you skipped, you're gonna have to go back, I guess, sorry. But Kane, kind of gives, Kane's Mask gives everything. I see no reason to use this. This doesn't seem useful to me. This one could be good, just gives you more armor, and Hold the Line is always nice for Privateer. Could be pretty good. Even a Spirited Day Corpse, again, for, as I said, Sinbad Pt.1 could be good for Privateer. I think that's the only use I'd really have to have two of them. Yeah, could be good. Probably not. This, don't get it. It looks stupid on your hand. Look at how stupid that looks. Why would you get that? There are better options. Don't do that. And just go for higher damage. And that's 3 range. Don't do it. Please don't. And don't do this one either. You see how many range that is? That's 3. Jobu's Ruse, I would rather go for Orb of Nefarious Death on that. And I think Orb of Nefarious Death is also 3 range, but that one at least gives double tap. This is not good. Don't go for that one. The only one I would ever think of is probably the Buccaneer one, which is the only one I've gotten, so pretty lucky on my part. But yeah, we are done with the Nefarious 6. Go back to Moo Manchu if you're, or to Kane. Sorry about that again. I didn't realize that I just scrolled right over it. But we're gonna get back to Sinbad Part 2 on this, and it looks like I think that's it for that. Really, it's just a matter of opinion. I honestly think maybe Super Strike would be decent. I don't think I ever used that. Albino can be good, but I don't think it's great. So Sinbad Part 3. This is something this is gonna be my first reaction because I never cared about Sinbad Part 3. I think the gear looked ugly because it kind of does, and that's the whole point. But yeah. So the gear appearance ugly. Hats. I see no reason to use any of these. Gonna be honest. I see no reason to use any of these. That's what I'm at. Gallant Defense. I think that's Castle. I don't know though. Boots. Okay, Lord of Trash's boots. Yes, that is a must get. You need Bladestorm. So I would say grind that just for the Lord of Trash's boots because that is so worth it. Like 100%. Anything that gives you Bladestorm or double tap, you should get because chaining is the main focus of the game, to be honest. To just get more hits, you'll want Bladestorm. So grind that Lord of Trash's, especially, well, if you do melee. Don't do it if you're Musketeer or Witch Doctor, unless, because it's for all classes, so you could grind it on a different character and you'd still get it. So it's really just a choice. But yeah, so mounts. Why did they make the gyro stinky? I don't know. Go for it if you want. I like the other ones better. The Kane mounts better, but whatever. Magic Wand? No, let's not do that. That's bad. No. I don't really care for poison. Again, this one's stun, which could be good. I think I'd still rather have charge, just for that minus accuracy, I think, so that you don't get hit, or it might be minus dodge. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. I haven't played Buccaneer in a long time. But yeah, I don't really think that's worth it. This one, Cloak and Dagger, makes me so mad because all the enemies in Tartarus have it, and they're so goofy. I don't see a reason to hurt someone and then have them like Vengeance Strike you and then hide. I mean, I guess I'd rather buff up then hide, and then hit. But like that's just my own thing. To each their own. Again, this entire gear guide is to each their own, but I don't really find it very attractive. Maybe some people do. That's how the world works, isn't it? Again, another thing. Another one. All right, so yeah. I would only probably get it if it was the Dirty Daggers. I don't really see a reason to use it otherwise. Maybe there's some reason to it, but yeah. That's it. All right. So really the only good thing, which is the only thing I've seen people wear, is the Bladestorm Lord of Trash's boots. So it looks like boots come from Claw. That's just what you should know. Also for Sinbad Part 1, it comes from Crusher Fight, I'm pretty sure. So I grind Claw, I don't remember what that is, but you know, yeah. Finally, the main attraction, what everyone's been waiting for. And I'll probably also do a pin or like timestamp. So hello, everyone who skipped the video. I'm disappointed in you, but you know, it makes sense. Tartarus has the best gear so far, besides crowns. So I'm just gonna go through each one. I'll give you a ranking between S and F. Either you're getting an S or an F because there's no in between. You either get the best gear possible or the worst gear. Actually, there might be one that's an A. But let's get into it. This is an S. I'll give you one reason. Vengeance Strike, it's always good to have more epics. It isn't Bladestorm or Relentless, but it does allow for more chaining capabilities, so I really like that. Increased base will is always good for heals, just in case. I think this is just a really good hat in general, so go for that. Privateer F, what are you doing? Privateer does not need riposte, increased base agility, sure, I guess you'll get crit on less. You don't need this though. What playstyle do they think Privateer's doing? Why didn't you give this to Swashbuckler and then Swashbuckler would have been broken? Oh, I know, because Swashbuckler would have been broken. So, don't get this, not worth it. Yeah, you don't need it, Privateer, you're good. You'd probably want to stick with your Kane gear or something else, I'm not 100% sure. This one, I would say, oh man, it's almost an S tier. I'd say like maybe S-, which I know kind of defeats the purpose of S, but Burst Fire, so good. Yeah, okay, I think it's an S, because Burst Fire is amazing to have. Increased base strength, not the best one I'd want to have, but I guess when Buccaneers are coming up to you, they'll crit on you less. So Burst Fire is extremely good to have. Get this hat, very nice. Does it beat the Santarena hat with Overwatch? Matters what your playstyle is. If you're going for Overwatch 5 to push them back, keep that Santarena hat on. If not, Burst Fire works perfect for you. Okay. What is this game? F tier. Why are you giving Swashbuckler Turn the Tide? Why didn't you give Privateer Turn the Tide and Swashbuckler Repose? I highly doubt Swashbuckler is going to have Turn the Tide at all, normally. So it'll be just one rank up, and I mean, I guess, but are you going to drop? Once you're below 50% health, you're going to be running away or hiding or something because you dodge. And you should have elusive, so you'll dodge from the rest of the time. I don't see a reason to have this. It might be better to switch this out with like Assassin Strike, but I don't know if there's any better options with like increased base dodge with like Kane. But I don't see a reason. Increased base will. I'll give it an F+ because it's good to have those better heals anyways, just in general. So it could be good. We got this one, again an S tier. Readied spell, that's like having Overwatch. It's like the Santarena hat with more, because you get increased base strength. So if a Buccaneer jumps you, they won't crit as much, but you know you might still be screwed, but at least you have readied spells, so you can do that. So the hats are really good. Luckily, sorry for that voice crack, I actually got the Buccaneer, I think I got the Privateer, I got the Musketeer, and I got the Witch Doctor, so I got every single one except for the Swashbuckler. But this one's doo-doo, never get it, that's evil. I remember that was my first hat I got from Tartarus, and it was so bad. Next is going to be the robes. Did I just say robes? Oh my gosh, I'm a wizard. This is so embarrassing. Oh, by the way, these will drop from the Shade Eagles fight right at the start of Tartarus. This one's from that Harpy, the final fight. I see no reason to get these. Besides this one, you deal half your health to get basically another scratch buff to be even more powerful. Go for that. Unless you want to go for the Conqueror's robe. That one gives you readied spell. It is a bundle, so you're going to have to pay money, so I wouldn't do that. So I'd go for this. This works really well. This one, it's okay. I don't really... maybe not. This one... This is for Musketeer. You get more range and more weapon power. That could be pretty good. I'm seeing the appeal of this one. This one, I'm not really seeing the appeal of. This one, is this for a team? No, it's literally just a self, yeah. This one, you already have so much dodge. I really don't see a reason. Unless you can purposely get elusive, that might be kind of comp, because you can get elusive, you can have plus that. Not actually a bad one now I'm thinking about it. I wonder if that's the best thing currently. And then this, the plus 50, yeah, that's good. I would say actually all these are pretty decent. I don't know why I was yapping about how them not being pretty good. I think the Privateer is probably the worst one, but go for all of them. They're pretty good. Maybe not Privateer, but everything else, yeah, go for them, because they might be a little situational, but you know, if you can do, if you have Turn the Tide or elusive on anything, you can really just automatically get that, and it works wonders. So very, very nice. Boots, which is the one that I would grinded on recently, was General Argonon. That's in what's that called? Archaea, whatever it's called. You'll find it, trust. These can be okay. Giving Buccaneer jump is awesome, first of all, but I would say that the trash boots from Sinbad Pt.3 are still better. But if you want to grind these, fine. Jump is pretty good, because Blade Storm's better in every way. But yeah. This is interesting. Sneaky Sneak. May hide at the end of each turn. Very weird. May hide. Could be situational, could work, might not. You know, that's how the world works. But it gives increased base will, which we always love, so pretty not that bad. The Tartarus gear is not bad at all. Oh boy. What did they do to my boy Musketeer? They gave us another Overwatch. That's awesome. Another way to get so much closer to Overwatch 5, and then you can get a pet and you'll have Overwatch 5, and it's beautiful. So yes, go for this. Works wonders. Do it. Yes. Because I don't think there's any boots that are really relevant. Because I know like Santarena's hat's relevant, but this isn't. There's no boots that are relevant. So just do this. Just yeah. Booty cheeks. Stop. I don't know where you think Privateer is. I don't know where Privateer is in general. I just use it for buffs, so I don't really need my Privateer to have epics. So this is like the one time I'll say booty cheeks. I don't really, I mean, maybe if you have an anti-witch thing, and man, I don't know. Privateer's lost. I love Privateer, like my favorite class. It's so versatile, but I think it's so versatile where like KingsL doesn't know what's going on, and maybe I just don't know what's going on, but there's so many different ways to play. So it's just impossible. Next is... Okay, so I also have this. This might be kind of useless. I'm looking at it. This is the Witch Doctor one. It increases all the range of your nearby allies in a 3x3 radius. It can be pretty good. Give your Witch Doctor some more range. Doesn't give yourself range, though, which is unfortunate. And there's probably some better boots out there if you wail, but... really not a bad idea to get this. Sorry, I'm gonna get a drink of water. You guys gotta wait on me real quick. I've been yapping for 45 minutes. I'm sorry. I think that's it. No, it's not. Okay, we're going. These aren't... Oh yeah, of course. There's the totem. That is so very important. But first of all, this one's good. I don't know the mechanic of Soul Shroud or Soul Harvest. That's kind of like Death's Bargain. I don't know the whole thing of that. It's probably pretty cool. Again, there is Sinbad Pt.2's stripes. So I would get that instead. So much better. Just get that. But it could be cool. Totems. Oh, I guess it's not totems. It's a amulet then. This, don't get. Not worth it. This, not worth it. But the amulet. Why did they make this so busted? Now, if they gave Relentless, that'd be like the most busted thing. But they gave us double tap and Mojo Rising and follow through. So, which means if you use the Minotaur Axe, you get double follow through, which means you have 3 follow throughs and 3 Relentless. Crazy. Actually crazy. And follow through just goes every time. Just boom, boom. So you're good. This is so OP. Get this for every single one of your characters. I couldn't even think of something that would be better than this, I guess, except for Privateer. So good. Like, the best item in the game. Like, by far. So this is when you solve the little, like, riddle thing incorrectly. The little beast comes in and you just kill him. And I've only gotten one, but it only took me, like, 10 tries, which kind of long, but pretty good for a drop rate. Yeah, very good. And the pet, whatever. Literally whatever. In conclusion... Oh, that's not what that said. So that is it. That is the entire gear guide that I'm giving you. There actually is one more. Paris, the guy, the Troy Temple, he's an archer. He drops a... Oh man, is it a totem? I think it's a totem that gives burst fire. It's like called like a quiver or something. That is really good to get. I just got it on my Witch Doctor, and I love it. That's an honorable mention if you're like level... Oh, what is that? 60? 55? 60? I don't know. But that's going to be it. This is a really long video. Hope you guys enjoyed me yapping. This is a lot more in-depth look on each piece of gear. I remember in my other gear guide video, I just kind of like said some stuff and was like, oh, this is how you fight this boss and blah, blah, blah. But this is a definitive gear guide for right now. And if you have a completely different opinion, let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's going to be the video. If you've watched all the way through, are you insane? But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.